Mishley, Proverbs 1 through 4. Mashal, Proverb 1. The Proverbs of Shelomoh, son of Dawid, sovereign of Yisra'el, for knowing wisdom and discipline, for understanding the words of understanding, for receiving the discipline of wisdom, righteousness, right ruling, and straightness, for giving insight to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. The wise one hears and increases learning, and the understanding one gets wise counsel, for understanding a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. The reverence of Yahuah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. My son, heed the discipline of your father, and do not forsake the Torah of your mother, for they are a wreath of esteem on your head, and necklaces of your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in. If they say, "Come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without cause, let us swallow them alive like the grave, and entirely like those going down to the pit. Let us find all precious goods, let us fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us, let us all have one purse." My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil, and they hurry to shed blood. For in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood, they ambush their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone greedy for gain. It takes away the life of its owners. Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the broad places. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. At the openings of the gates in the city she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, would you love simplicity, and shall scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? Turn at my reproof. See, I pour out my spirit on you. I make my words known to you. Because I called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no one inclined. And you spurned all my counsel and would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity, mock when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the reverence of Yahuah. They did not accept my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, let them eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own counsels. For the turning away of the simple slays them, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me dwells safely and is at ease from the dread of evil. Mashal, Proverb 2. My son, if you accept my words and treasure up my commands with you, so that you make your ear attend to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. For if you cry for discernment, lift up your voice for understanding. If you seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasures, then you would understand the reverence of Yahuah and find the knowledge of Elohim. For Yahuah gives wisdom, out of his mouth knowledge and understanding, and he treasures up stability for the straight, a shield to those walking blamelessly. To watch over the paths of right ruling and the way of his kind ones he guards. Then you would understand righteousness and right ruling and straightness, every good path. For wisdom would enter your heart and knowledge be pleasant to your being. Discretion would guard you, understanding would watch over you, to deliver you from the evil way, from the man who speaks perversities, those who leave the paths of straightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, they delight in the perversities of evil, whose paths are crooked and they are perverted in their ways, to deliver you from the strange woman, from the foreigner who flatters with her words, who forsakes the companion of her youth, and has forgotten the covenant of her Elohim, for her house has sunk down to death, and her paths to the dead. None going into her returns, nor do they reach the paths of high. So walk in the way of goodness, and guard the paths of righteousness. For the straight shall dwell in the earth, and the perfect be left in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the treacherous ones plucked out of it. Mashal, Proverb 3. My son, do not forget my Torah, and let your heart watch over my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they add to you. Let not kindness and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Thus finding favor and good insight in the eyes of Elohim and man. Trust in Yahuah with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Know him in all your ways, and he makes all your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Revere Yahuah and turn away from evil. It is healing to your navel and moistening to your bones. Esteem Yahuah with your goods, and with the firstfruits of all your increase. Then your storehouses shall be filled with plenty, and your vats overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the discipline of Yahuah, and do not loathe his reproof. For whom Yahuah loves, he reproves, as a father the son whom he delights in. Baruch is the man who has found wisdom, and the man who gets understanding. For the gain from it is better than gain from silver, and its increase than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all your delights are not comparable to her. Length of days is in her right hand, riches and esteem in her left hand. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of high to those taking hold of her, and Baruch are all who retain her. Yahuah founded the earth by wisdom. He established the Shamayim by understanding. By his knowledge the depths were broken up, and clouds dropped down dew. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Watch over sound wisdom and discretion. Then they become high to your being, and an adorning to your neck. Then you would walk safely in your way, and your foot would not stumble. When you lie down, you need not be afraid, and you shall lie down, and your sleep shall be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden dread, nor of the ruin of the wicked when it comes. For Yahuah is at your side, and he shall guard your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it is in the power of your hand to do so. Do not say to your neighbor, "Go and come back, and tomorrow I give it," when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor, seeing he dwells safely beside you. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no evil. Do not envy a violent man, and choose none of his ways. For the perverse one is an abomination to Yahuah, and his secret counsel is with the straight. The curse of Yahuah is on the house of the wicked, but he barach the home of the righteous. He certainly scoffs the scoffers, but gives favor to the humble. The wise inherit esteem, but fools are bearing away shame. Mashal, Proverb 4. Children, listen to the discipline of a father, and give attention to no understanding. For I gave you good instruction. Do not forsake my Torah. For I was my father's son, tender and the only one in the eyes of my mother. Then he taught me and said to me, "Let your heart hold fast my words, guard my commands, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not leave her, and let her guard you. Love her, and let her watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is Get wisdom, and with all your getting, get understanding. Exalt her and let her uplift you. She brings you esteem when you embrace her. She gives your head a wreath of esteem. She shields you with an adorning crown. Hear, my son, and accept my words, and let the years of your life be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in straight paths. When you walk, your step shall not be hindered, and if you run, you shall not stumble. Hold fast to discipline, do not let go. Watch over her, for she is your high. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it, do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they have eaten the bread of wickedness, and they drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know at what they stumble. My son, listen to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes. Guard them in the midst of your heart, for they are high to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the sources of high. Turn away from you a crooked mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look forward, and your eyelids look straight before you. Consider the path of your feet, and all your ways are established. Do not turn to the right or the left. Turn your foot away from evil.